Hi, my name is Stuart Wienig, and this video is an overview of how CA Network Flow Analyzer, also known as ReporterAnalyzer, determines the application or protocol of a conversation given flow data. NFA is a flow collection and reporting system used for traffic accounting. Now, properly determining the protocol for each conversation is important for accurate traffic accounting. Let's talk about what data is in a NetFlow record. Now here I'm talking about NetFlow v5 records, but the same applies pretty much to all versions of NetFlow or IPFix. This minimum data is required for traffic accounting in NFA. Every single flow record details the source IP address and port number, the layer 4 protocol like TCP or UDP, destination IP address and port number, the interface index number of the interface through which the packet entered the device, as well as that of the outbound interface, and the total bytes for that flow. Now there are some other fields which are included in the flow, but they don't really figure into the application determination workflow. As you can see, there's no real indicator as to which side of the conversation is the client and which is the server. And without this information, we have to deduce which side, the source or the destination, is the server and which is the client in order to properly classify the entire conversation with a specific protocol ID. Now, luckily, the deduction is pretty simple. The harvester classifies conversations in much the same way as we do. Let's take a look at a few examples. So let's look at this flow and ask the question, what protocol is this conversation using? Now you might easily see that this conversation is a web conversation because the destination port number is 80. But why does that make this conversation a web conversation? Well, because port 80 is a well-known port. Now the harvester follows this same logic. If either the source or the destination port is in a well-known ports list, maintained on the NFA Master Console, which also includes every port below 1024, then the harvester will classify that conversation with that port number that's in the well-known ports list. In this case, the conversation is correctly classified as HTTP, or TCP/80. Looking at another flow, we'd ask the same question, what protocol is this conversation using? And an experienced engineer might say TCP/2783. But the reason might not be completely obvious. Now, the answer relies on the fact that in most IP conversations, the layer 4 port number of one side is a high ephemeral port, and the layer 4 port of the other side is the protocol port. So given the two port numbers, neither of which being well known, the best guess is that the higher of the two is the high ephemeral port number, and the lower of the two is the protocol port number. The harvester follows the same logic. If neither port is well known, the lower port is assumed to be the protocol port number. As you can see, without a properly maintained well-known ports list, traffic could easily get misclassified. Now, in order to get the most accurate traffic accounting in NFA, check the well-known ports list to make sure that any applications with high port numbers are in the list. Now this may include third-party applications, SQL, RDP, Veritas, H.323 signaling, etc., etc., etc. You can also further use application mapping to reclassify traffic, but that's for a different video. Look for that video coming soon on how and why you would want to do this. So this has been my presentation on CA Network Flow Analyzer's application determination process. I hope the video has been helpful. Subscribe to my blog at stuart.wienig.com for more videos and for info and tips. And thanks. Have a great day.